Okay, let's give this a try. So I thought I'd show you some of my stuff that I do outside, which I really suck at, and I'm being honest with you. I cringe every time I have to go to a location or do outside work because I'm not an expert on that kind of lighting. So what I do now is just some simple trick. I don't know if it's even a trick, but a simple solution that I picked up from one of the forums that I belong to. So I'm shooting a Canon 5D Mark II, and I'm using my my flash gun, just the standard one, 580 flash. I've set it on TTL -1, so that's -1 on the TTL setting. And then I'm shooting at 100 ASA, and then I also have the dial on P for Pro, right? So this is April Cheryse, and I've known her, gosh, since she was 16, so I've known her quite a few years. Really a great model. I've worked with her a lot, and she's a lot of fun to work with. She has the desire, and she knows how to pose, and she's got a great look. She's got all the right assets, so it's just a pleasure to work with her every time I get a chance to. I do. And so this was taken at the March Air Force Base this year, 2016. And it was a free event. It was awesome. It took about an hour just to get inside, but even parking was free. But the planes had great access. They were just parked out in the wide open. They weren't roped off or anything. So it was really nice. And people were just walking up and taking pictures with them. So I had two models come with me. This one's, as I said, was April, and I just have them wear, when I take a model to an air show with me, I go to as many air shows as I can, and I just have them wear short shorts and a crop top, and then I add this this vest here. It's a recreation of the old Mae West vest, and I'm not sure why they call it that, but it's the life preserver that they wore during World War II. And then this is a reproduction Army Air Force Crusher cap, and then just some aviator sunglasses. I choose blue. Sometimes I'll do silver, but I like blue. I like to put some color in it. So we've got the red lips. Almost always in my pictures they've got red lips, but you get it red, white, and blue kind of a theme there. So it just kind of adds to the contrast. And then this is a P-38 Lightning. I don't know what number it was, like an L or a G or whatever. But twin engine, awesome aircraft made by Lockheed. And obviously, I think this one was just repainted to represent this particular aircraft. And you can see it here with the Japanese kill markings. It was probably in the Pacific Theater of Operations. And it's just an awesome aircraft. One of my favorites, really. And what I've done here, what I thought I'd do with this particular picture is tell you a little bit about the Photoshop that I do. So I hope that it'll help you. But again, with these aircraft, you want to be very respectful and courteous and kind. Just, good manners. And try to contact the owner, or if you see people standing around, ask them where they are, and make sure that everything's copacetic, so to speak. So I'm going to show you the original picture. This is the after I've done all the Photoshop work, and then here's the original. And so you can see, I actually don't Photoshop in airplanes. I think that would be a big pain in the ass to do that. But here's the original file. I don't know, it looks a little flat to me, but and I've got a few problems with the lighting, but nothing that can't be fixed. Like I said, I suck at outdoor lighting, so I just kind of have to make do with what I have. So like the pose, and I always shoot it, of course, wider than I need, because I know I'm eventually going to crop it. Like I'm going to crop this guy out, and you can see people's legs under here. You know, I've got, the less I have to Photoshop out, the better. And the shadows, you know, you can lighten these things up. Again, in Photoshop, you can just select the shadowed area, duplicate that layer, and then change the blend mode to screen, and then dial that, dial it down to like from 100 to 60 or 50 or whatever you need to make it look good. And then you might have to erase some areas that you oversaturate or don't saturate enough. So then and then I also bring the sky in a little bit here. So I do that actually in Lightroom, and you can bring that sky down a little bit bluer. That usually helps, because I want to get that blue sky. Make sure that that's prominent in the background. So then here again, here's the original image. You see everybody's feet are gone. And one of the things that I use to get this thing to, no pun intended here, to glow, is there's a program called Topaz Glow, and it's one of the neon ones. I think it's natural neon that I used, but experiment, you know. So what you do is you're going to duplicate the original layer. Well, first let me back up here. Get the image as best you can, the way that you want it, the way that you would print it. Then go into that Topaz Glow program. I'm sorry, first duplicate that layer, and then go into that Topaz Glow program. And it's gonna look a little messed up, but it's okay. And also in that program, you can, I think I set the blend mode to screen also, and it's still kind of jacked up. But go ahead and do that. Let it go. Let it work its magic. Now you're going to have the original image underneath your original worked image, and then you're going to have that glow image on top. Now what you can do a couple things. You can bring the blend mode down, or put a layer mask on it. And then I think it's Alt or Control backspace, and that'll put that image back to normal. And then you can take your brush, and this is what I do, and you can just kind of brush in. I think I use 20%. I just use that brush to bring in the areas that I want to affect. So like here, I get like a cool highlights here and there, and I actually like this glow effect, and it really helps bring out the chrome, and then all sorts of detail that'll help bring out all this cool stuff and just kind of make it look really awesome. Well, for me anyway, this is what I like. And then last little thing that you might want to do, I had this printed, and I used Bay Photo. They're in Northern California here, Bay Photo, and I had it printed on metallic paper, and man, I got to tell you, it looks really, really cool. And I displayed it down at the local art gallery here, and people just loved it. So try that out, check it out, and see what you think. And then I'm going to open up one more picture here. And this is Jenny Blendermann. And I did the same actions on this. I had the shoes, the hat, and the pants I got off of eBay. On these shoes, I've used them a lot. Just search flag shoes. They're from China. They're about $25. They take about a month to get here, but I think I ordered like 3 pairs, like 3 different sizes, because I really liked them so much. But this is a rare P47 Thunderbolt, and you can see it's a razorback canopy here. So the ones that you normally see are a bubble canopy, but they use these very good high altitude performance, and then they made a cool version of this, the P47M, which I think had a top speed of about 470 miles an hour. It was actually designed to combat the V2 rockets that they were launching over England. But by the time I got into production, the V2s were no longer launching because we'd overran most of Germany by that time. But anyway, so this is Jenny again with that same kind of concept, and we'll go back here to the original and then the finished product. And anyway, I hope this inspires you guys, helps you out a little bit. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.